Yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Bello and this is my sketchbook episode 3 and it feels good. It feels so good. Every time I make those videos I feel like a child playing around with the crayons on newspaper or any other paper and it feels amazing. That said, today we're tackling a combination between a stag, a cobra and a lion. Yeah, lion again, but anyway, with that said, let's get into it, shall we? Dad, are you sure that Cobion ever really existed? Books about it are a bit too vague. Trust me, son. It exists. It really does. Father slowly moves his shirt up and reveals a burnt mark on his side. This is the proof, little one. Boy, amazed by the mark, got closer to his father's scar. His childish interest was way hard to control. Wow, Dad, does it hurt? How did you get it? Is it dangerous? Oh, can I get one too? Here, where you have it? Pulls up his t-shirt showing his father the exact spot he wanted to get one. No, son, it does not hurt and no, you cannot get it. Oh, but Dad, it's so cool. No, you did want to know how I got it, right? Filled with excitement, Boy's eyes began to twinkle, his mouth slightly opened. He could not contain joy from the opportunity to listen to another of his father's stories. Well then, as I said, Cobions do exist. In fact, there are different species of Cobions, each differ by its own coloration. There are blue Cobions who enjoy deserts and dry areas. There are grey Cobions native to forest areas, and the most dangerous ones, violet Cobions, who live in mountain areas. Wow! There are violet ones? Did the violet one give you that scar, Dad? Yes, this scar was done by one of those vicious violet Cobions. Back when I was a bit younger, me and my group, full of young and boiling blood, went on a little quest for a small village. The village leader told us that at night they would hear a roar of sorts that no one knew the source of. The hot-headed, your father was back then, and his two friends decided to check what was the creature lurking in the mountains near the village. Because most of the noise was coming at night, we decided to go near dawn, thinking whatever it was should have been nocturnal and surely should have gone to sleep at sunrise. Dad, what's nocturnal? Oh, it means that the creature is awake at night, unlike us. That's scary. Well, a bit yes. That's why you should not go alone when it's dark. I really won't. Good boy. So, your dad and his two friends prepared for the trip, got everything we needed and went for the hunt. Mountain areas are a bit colder, not to mention how hard it is to walk there and the climbing part. In short, we got tired quite fast, so we had to take little breaks from time to time, more often than on a normal trips. On one of such breaks, when I was not the one taking watch, something bothered me in my dream. I had a vision of a sun, much closer, but much smaller than the one right above our heads now. It was bursting, boiling sun that grew closer and closer. Suddenly I was woken up by one of my groupmates. He woke up before me from a hot temperature and realized that the one who was taking a watch was gone. It was only me and him at our camp, and a strange, thin smoke rising from where our friend was, type of smoke you see after extinguishing a campfire. After a little while, we heard a roar, the same roar the village leader told us about. We quickly got our gear ready and rushed toward the noise, still trying to be quiet, but that was a hard one, as our minds were filled with thoughts about our friend. A couple minutes passed and we managed to find a cave, wide one that is. Its size was not the strange part, but the burnt marks near the entrance was a bit bothersome. I started to remember something. Back in the city, I had a chance to find a book about wild beasts and creatures. I was interested in elemental creatures, one who could control a type of an element. I was interested with elemental creatures, ones who could control a type of an element. Reading that book, I found information about Cobions, a chaotic creature that could command an element depending on its color. Blue Cobions were commanders of lightning and thunder, grey Cobions were accustomed to poison, violet Cobions were creatures of fire. Was that cave home of Violet Cobion, Dad? Don't rush. Sorry. It's okay, I know how excitement listening to a story feels. Wish that was the case back then. Cobians are mostly solitary creatures. They don't live in groups or pairs, and no one knows how they reproduce. Dad? What does reproduce mean? I'll tell you that at the end of the story, okay? Okay. Violet Cobians are not just creatures with instinct, but an intelligent being capable of speech, rational thought, and what's most scary? Planned ambush. I quickly realized that the roar was of a Cobion, Violet one that is. This quickly became no ordinary hunt. Dealing with Cobion was not an easy task. Out of all the Cobions, Violet ones were the most vicious, as they would attack or hunt not only because of hunger, but for fun. They love playing with their victims before burning them to nothing but a smoke trail. We both got burnt up by emotions. Revenge was the only thing in our mind, and now that we were this close to its lair, we had to act, not only for the village below, but for our dead friend as well. Silent step after silent step, we started going deeper and deeper in this cold cave. I tried to recall more information about Violet Cobions. The book said that they could exhale a bursting fire breath within them. The sign that would inform you about it was its tail. Before exhaling, Cobion tail becomes brighter and hotter, quickly warming its whole stomach and enlarging it. But that's not the only way Violet Cobions, or Cobions in general, use their element. Their horns are of a magical property. It is said that Violet Cobions have power equal to the sun in between their horns, and they can command it at will. That is firepower one must be aware and scared of. That is how Violet Cobions can burn anything and everything to nothing. Book also said that even fire dragons, creatures of the fire element itself, are worried of that particular fire force, as it is the only type of fire that can actually hurt them. Their claws and fangs are also imbued with fire. If one, such as your father, is touched by either claw or fang, they are left with a burn mark. Oh, that's how you got that mark. Dad? Yes, son? You should be wearing armor when hunting such a creature. Next time, please wear armor, okay? Sure, son. I promise. Okay, now tell me, what does reproduction or reproducing mean? Well, you know what? I think that is subject that mother knows well, so maybe ask her. And actually, talking about our mom, she asked me to take some stuff outside the house, so let's not make her angry, okay? Let's deal with that, okay? Okay, I guess. Oh, and Dad, what is that staff in your room? It has weird horns and a huge hot yellow ball inside. Well, that's a story for next time. This one took me time to make. I mean, idea-wise at least. At first I was thinking about a half stag, half lion creature, front half of the body of a stag and lower half of a body of a lion with a cobra tail. But it looked too easy and too the chimera? Yeah, chimera-like. So I just didn't want to go with that idea. Plus, I had a lion body creature last week with Hamalio, and I did not want to do it again. So I moved to a full cobra body with the lion's front legs and stag's back legs. That on its own gave me an idea of Komodo dragon type of creature, and I went with it. I love dragons, so if I get an opportunity to make one, I sure as hell will. Also, those stag antlers, I think those called antlers, right? The horns. They look so much like Asian dragon and gave me Asian dragon vibes, and so I added them as well. I did forget to mention Cobion's ability to jump, provided by his stag legs, but it's okay. Ended up with a design I actually liked, and the story that kinda interesting because I think I can evolve it and continue it somehow, and that's what matters right now. Making a weapon was the hardest part of this week. With the Hamelio it was obvious in a second, its fins were just in the right shape, but Cobion... yeah, tricky. At first I thought about type of a bomb that was based on its bursting ability, but for some reason I did not do that. I did not quite like it. It's a cool idea and I think I will explore that in future. Maybe I will do an episode about additional weapon ideas based on those creatures once I have a bit more than just 3, maybe 5. But I scratched my head about the weapon and decided to find some inspiration on Pinterest. Maybe something would spark an idea, and that actually happened. While browsing through creatures and weapons ideas, I saw a magical staff, and that was it. I had not made many staffs, so this was a great opportunity. Plus, bursting ball of fire held by antlers. Yes. Yes, and thus the violet bursting staff was born. Though it was a bit red at first, and blue, but I digress. Oh, shit! I just remembered the first creature, the gold because Execoa 2 still can't pronounce the name, does not have a weapon representing. Shit! I have to do something about that. Maybe next week, maybe next episode will be about making Execoa 2's. Fuck! I hate that name. Weapon and something else. Pure weapon episode. Maybe a weapon for him and 2 more weapons, one for Hamelio and one for Cobion, but different. Maybe instead of weapons it's just an item, like maybe a ring or a bracelet, or I don't know. That sounds fun and something I should think about and do. I am planning 7 weapons in this month, planning to make 7 weapons in this month, in February. It's a project that I really want to do and plan to do for like ages. I tried doing it once 3 years ago, but didn't manage to. Those are the artifacts that my players in our D&D campaign used, and since I have not made their characters, I have not grown them, maybe weapons will be okay. Anyhow, thank you for watching this episode. If you liked it, subscribe for more creature and weapon shenanigans, and click like as well. I do appreciate every like and the sub and the comment. Seeing that the sub count has reached more than 300, it's so amazing. I legit enjoy making those videos more than I used to enjoy other videos that I have done in past year. I cannot wait. I feel so happy right now. Anyhow, speaking about comments, leave one saying what combination should I make next. Maybe if not for the next video, in near future at least. I'll be happy to hear about them. I think I would not come up with the ideas for those 3 creatures on my own without a little help from my Instagram. So leave the comment and I will go now prepare for the next video so I can talk with you then. Bye!